Happy Friday and happy spring break week, BCPS. It's been another exciting week across the district, so let's dive into this week's updates.
Please don't forget that all 24 required professional learning hours need to be documented in the PL tracker. You must answer reflection questions and upload proof of attendance to be credited for your hours. The colored bar at the top of the screen on the main page will let you know how many hours you have completed and have been credited. We love celebrating the incredible students across BCPS, and we need your help. If you know a student who deserves to be recognized, please submit their name for a student spotlight on thebaconbit.org.
This week's token of appreciation honoree is Tamberlyn Pine, a cook baker at Crossroads Elementary. Was recognized by Director of Food Services, Mr. Todd Crumbacker, and she is this week's winner of a $20 gift card, a gift generously donated by our friends at A+ Signs and Screen Printing. So congratulations, Tamberlyn, and thank you for your hard work and dedication to BCPS students and staff. This week on Beyond the Bell, we are meeting Braxton Biggie, an incredibly talented 5th grader here at Pleasant Grove Elementary School. So let's learn more about Braxton. Today we're at Pleasant Grove Elementary, and I'm going beyond the bell with a 5th grader, Braxton Biggie. Braxton, thanks for doing this. We matched with the UK gear today, so good job. All right, you ready to rock?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So some people may not know you're actually starring as a lead role in the Derby Dinner musical, How I Became a Pirate. So talk to us about how that happened and what that experience has been like for you.
Well, I did a couple of the theater classes for Derby Dinner. They offered those.
Yeah.
And for my first performance, Curious George and the Golden Meeple, me and the understudy, who was George, we were doing a class with them.
Yeah.
And they just reached out to us and asked, like, hey, we want you to be in this show. What do you think? And I said, sure, let's do it. And I auditioned. And I got the part, and the understudy got the understudy. It was a super big part. And then they reached out to us again. I did a class before they asked us to be in How I Became a Pirate, and they said, like, hey, we want you to audition for another show. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. So I auditioned, and I got the call back, and I had to do an in-person audition.
Wow.
And then I got the part.
That's awesome. So what's been your most favorite part of the whole experience?
Probably the most favorite part is hanging out with the cast. They're very funny, and I've worked with a couple of them before. I've worked with 2 of them in the show. I've worked with them in Curious George, so it's not like all new. It's like I don't know anybody.
You're kind of familiar with them. You already know them a little bit.
Yeah, and I also know the director. It's not a main stage show or a children's show where they have different directors. There's mainly one director for each kind of show.
Okay. So that probably helps out. It's continuity too.
Yeah.
So I hear too that you're like this awesome musician. So what instruments do you play?
Well, I play. My mom got me into piano when I was little, so I know a little bit of that. And my dad is a drummer. My mom and dad met in a band called Crimson, and they got pretty close, and then they got married.
The rest is history, right?
Yeah. So I know a little bit of drum. My mom also knows guitar, and I learned that in music class, so I'm pretty good at guitar. And my band instrument, trombone.
Awesome. There's lots of talent right here in this young man. So if you could create a dream role for you to play, what would it be?
I don't really know. I mean, I would have a little bit, like, if they reach out to me and it's like, hey, we want you to be this character, what do you think? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be any character that they give to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know.
So you're just kind of flexible. You'll take on whatever then, sounds like, right? All right, so last question for you. So, like, my daughter's actually interested in performing as well. And so, like, what advice would you have for her and other students that may want to experience some of what you're experiencing?
Well, one piece of advice I would say is maybe try to find a performing institution that has a little bit of some classes.
Yeah.
They give you some tips on acting, like what I did at Derby Dinner, which is a pretty close one. So That would be one piece of advice, and another piece of advice I would have is make the character entirely your own. It doesn't have to be spot on what you see from the TV or book. Just make the character your own.
I love that. That's great advice. That's Braxton Biggie. He's our all-star 5th grader here at Pleasant Grove, and we've been Beyond the Bell.
That's all we have for you this week. We hope you have a great weekend, a restful and relaxing spring break, and we'll see you back a week from Monday.